Meat 21.
Holy shit, that's disgusting.
Don't be a fucking xenophobe.
I'm not being a xenophobe.
Karkat doesn't respond immediately. He shuffles his feet to the edge of the outcropping they're standing on and stares down at the brood pit, where the mother grub of Earthsea is squelching out unfertilized jelly.
Dude, you know I'm not a xenophobe.
No answer. This silence makes Dave actually back up for 3 seconds and think about what the hell just came out of his mouth. He's worried that maybe he said something wrong here, that he was being horribly insensitive inside a place that's probably holy ground for the few Alternia-born trolls left alive. Maybe flippant xenophobia isn't the best look in front of your alien pseudo-boyfriend when it comes to jamming about the irreconcilable biological differences between your species. Dave could definitely be handling this situation with a certain measure of restraint or grace, but he's got my genes, so he decides to handle it a different way than that.
I mean, that's what this whole election thing is about. Having your back when it comes to this reproduction issue. Well, that and the economy. Let's not lose total sight of the economy in this critical discussion. But I'm almost as passionate about this troll speciesism thing as I am about the economy, which you may not have known is my number one issue. My wheelhouse, you could say. But my other wheelhouse is like giving a fuck about your feelings and culture and shit.
Karkat still doesn't answer. He's staring real intently at the jelly.
Dude, hey, Karkat. Yo, Karkat, you listening?
Hey, dipshit. Shut up for a minute. I'm not ignoring you because I'm mad.
What? That wasn't what I
know that you perished like a delicate lilac bloom in the fucking desert, if not showered with my verbal attention at all times. But I'm kind of witnessing the rebirth of my entire fucking species right here. You ever think that this might be a monumental moment for me? That I might be awestruck at the pure majesty of this sight?
Dave comes to the edge of the outcropping, standing shoulder to shoulder with Karkat as he too observes the majesty of translucent goo getting birthed out of an alien asshole. Karkat's got a strange expression on his face, cast half in shadow and half in orange light. Dave winces as the grub's nasty slime chute sputters out a bunch of air bubbles. It's a gross, gurgling fart that goes on basically forever.
Yeah, but it is totally disgusting, right?
I can't fucking believe you. What part of this is disgusting? Is it the slow deflating of its distended abdomen? The sound of dozens of segmented legs clacking against its exoskeleton? The unfertilized slurry being slowly squeezed from its ovipositional sphincter? Is that it? Is that disgusting to you, Dave?
Kind of.
You're right. It's horrible. To be completely honest, I would have gladly gone the rest of my wretched existence without ever seeing this.
It's like when you squish the toothpaste down in the middle, only the tube is filled with fetus juice.
I'm sorry, but I can hear you from down here.
Oh, hey, Kanaya.
Dave grabs Karkat by the wrist of his oversized sweater, and they skid down the narrow walkway into the mouth of the crater. Kanaya steps out from beneath the canopy where she was doing grub science, wiping her hands on a silk cloth. She's glowing. Her skin, I mean. Her mood can be politely described as pensive. Still, she smiles at the sight of old friends.
What's shaking, sis?
Must you always call me that?
Nah, but it does feel pretty rad to say. Like, wow, my sister-in-law is an alien, how cool is that? I love our awesome planet where everyone is free to form xenophilic family units without fear of government interference or reprisal. Which is a totally smooth segue into the topic at hand.
That wasn't smooth at all. In fact, I don't think it would be possible for you to raise the subject we've come to talk about in a more ostentatiously awful and awkward way. Just because you did that stupid little...
Here, Karkat pauses to imitate a very common Daveism that involves two hands and a double wrist swivel. It's an incredibly good imitation, because he sees this particular bit of body language like 10 times a day.
motion with your hands doesn't make it smooth.
No, see, the reason it's smooth is because I was the one who did it. I got inherent smoothness, and it's a quality that transfers to everything I say and do. Also, that thing I do with my hands isn't stupid, it's cool.
It's the stupidest thing I've ever seen, and you do it like 10 times a day. What even is it supposed to be?
I'm dropping a beat, like I'm using a turntable and scratching one song into another, all smooth and shit.
It looks like you're trying to fold laundry you forgot to iron.
Dude, you have never once in your life ironed a shirt.
I am familiar with the basic mechanics of your Earth customs, Dave.
Okay, ironing is not Earth culture. I've seen Kanaya iron like a whole bunch of shirts. Yo, Kanaya, back me up here, sis.
Kanaya regards them with a thin-lipped smile that is equal measures patronizing and fond.
So, this is about the election.
Ah, yes. You've already heard.
Kanaya holds up her phone.
I do get the internet down here. I am impressed that you managed to be seen in front of that many people without spontaneously bursting into flames.
Wow, thanks. Another vote of confidence from one of my dearest friends. This condescension is really rich, coming from the person who decided her narcissistic obsession with being the one to hatch the mother grub was more important than not seeding our planet with a stopgap system of reproduction that would cause systemic speciesism to ossify into society for 5,000 years.
Karkat, hey.
Oh, this again.
Yes! This again! Fuck!
Karkat, buddy, remember the game plan here? We want to get Kanaya on our side, not alienate her completely.
Karkat, I acknowledge that there have been consequences to the decisions we made regarding the foundation of this society that were not foreseen or ideal. But I do not think it is productive to attribute these resultant troubles to a single decision or individual. It stands in the way of our efforts to address them.
Shh.
You know as well as I do that we must present a united front. Please do not misinterpret my tone. I have nothing but the utmost faith in you.
Kanaya reaches out to put a hand on Karkat's head. He doesn't duck away in time, and she gives him an affectionate, matronly hair ruffle between his horns. She keeps her hand there and pulls him a step closer so that she can speak softly to him. Her voice travels high in the empty cavern, but her tone is tender and private.
While I know that it is difficult for you to take a direct compliment, I have, in the past, put my faith in you when the threat to our survival has been immediate and literal. It's basically nothing to ask me to do it again now that the threat is far more...
Kanaya pauses here, choosing her words more carefully than usual. She takes her hand off Karkat's head and puts 2 fingers to her lip. Karkat's eyes follow the motion, wide and bright as dollar coins.
Existential is how I think I shall put it. If we are going to be polite.
You're up on all the issues then.
Kanaya sighs and starts making her way around the edge of the brood pit.
How could I not be when it concerns me so directly?
She lifts up the hem of her skirt and jumps in. Dave is watching her, but Karkat's looking contemplatively at his entwined hands. Kanaya's right. It's almost excruciating for him to take a completely unironic compliment, especially face to face, like what she just said to him. I understand this about Karkat. It's one of the precious few things he and I have in common. We internalize and project the quality in very different ways, however, which is why I'm going to win.
Jane has been here to speak with me recently, in fact.
No fucking way.
She was quite cordial, as always. You know, I do like Jane. In some regards, she reminds me of a friend we had who sadly did not survive our time on the Meteor. She was unfailingly kind to everyone she met, but she also happened to be the heiress to the throne of a vast and bloody empire. And while she had a lot of opinions on reform, she had already wrenched some of her power from our last empress in the traditional manner.
Karkat finally looks up at the description of one of their many dead friends. Kanaya carefully steps between the puddles of brood jelly and approaches the mother grub. She rests an ear against the rise of its massive stomach, then taps the shell with 2 perfectly manicured fingernails.
By which I mean that Jane is perfectly pleasant, and I believe that she has only the best of intentions. But I can't shake the feeling that deep inside her lurks the potential for despotism.
Okay, I get why you guys keep calling Jane a crypto-fascist, but fucking Pfeffery, she was harmless.
These things take time to gestate, Karkat.
Damn.
Power corrupts in small steps. Compromises, concessions, appeasements, and leaders follow the example set for them. Look at what Jane has modeled herself after already. I do believe it's important to consider precedent.
When Kanaya is satisfied by whatever she hears churning inside the grotesque insides of the giant bug, she comes back up to the lip of the pit and hoists herself out.
This is why I trust you, Karkat. Because you listen to advice from below and beside you. And if Dave is with you, I trust you not to isolate yourself as you have in the past.
Sweet. So we've got your endorsement then.
She laughs, not kindly.
Jane offered me a seat on the board of responsible troll reproduction.
What the fuck? How dare she?
That is exactly what I said. With more tact, of course. I do understand the trepidation, considering what the history books teach about Alternia.
Oh, like human history is a fucking walk in the recreation sprawl. How hypocritical can she be?
Yes. In case you can't tell, I am actually fucking furious about this.
She couldn't pick a more subtle word than responsible. She's not even trying to mask her xenophobia. It's like she has no fucking respect for us.
It is entirely thoughtless on her part. Our reproduction method is alien and unfamiliar. To a human, it must sound monstrous. Uncontrolled, even.
Well, of course. When I hear about how human grubs chew their way out of the female mate spread's abdominal hole before consuming the womb membrane, it makes me want to vomit. But you don't see me proposing fucking political policy based on that.
Dude, that's not how pregnancy works.
Dave, you might not have noticed, but we're not talking about humans right now.
Yes, Dave, check your privilege.
Okay.
Anyway, we need to expose her bullshit immediately. I don't see how any troll can vote for her if they hear what she's planning.
I have a feeling that it would sway many non-trolls to our campaign as well. I hope that there is at least one principle that we share as a planet, which is that we must all work to ensure equal dignity and respect for every species. Otherwise, what was this all for?
The three of them stare at the floor in adorably cartoonish synchronicity. What was this all for, indeed? That's a good question. Morality is a cultural construct. It's pure ego for any of them to believe that their personal interpretation of it will result in the most effective laws.
You know, that might be the magic ticket folks need to hear to wake up about this issue. Would you be willing to say that exactly, but like in front of a huge crowd, and also a television crew or 6?
Or maybe just in front of Jake English?
Oh dear. Has Jane recruited Jake? That would be disastrous. He is beloved in the Troll Kingdom for his perky ass.
Seriously?
I told you it's not just me.
It has some terrible arcane power. I have never seen anything like it.
Well, she doesn't have him yet. But Jane is one of his best friends, so we gotta approach this with a scorched earth policy. Give him a whole cadre of sob stories that'll make him feel all manly and heroic for lending his support. Just gift wrapping babies for him to kiss.
Troll babies, even?
Sure, that could be part of the deal. He can kiss the first natural-born grub right on its gooey little head.
While giving double pistols and a wink to the camera, no doubt.
Bam, that's your re-election billboard right there.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves here.
Of course not. But this definitely has potential. Have you spoken to Rose yet?
No. I mean, she's...
Dave mimes laying down and taking pills. The look Kanaya gives him is neither fond nor patronizing.
What's up with that anyway? Are you guys, grub pregnant?
Kanaya keeps staring.
Dave, what the fuck?
No.
It's okay if you are, we won't tell.
No.
Don't you dare drag me into this grave you're digging for yourself.
Come on, Karkat, don't you want to be an uncle to a little bundle of love and unnatural genetic tampering?
No.
What even goes on inside your head that you just produce this endless gushing spate of atrocious word garbage every day?
Okay, stop freaking out. I'm just saying, from what I understand of troll reproduction, it would be technically possible for a troll and human to...
No.
And with ectobiology, anything's possible.
Oh my god.
Whatever put you on this unfathomable train of thought?
I don't know. It's just unusual for Rose to brush me off for our annual ecto-sibling oversharing session. She's been sick for a while. Either she's pregnant, or I got reasons to be worried.
Kanaya turns her head and bites her lip. Her thin fingers clutch at the hem of her shirt. She starts flickering a little, like a light bulb in a heavy storm. The mood in here is just all over the place. Dave, sensing how uncomfortable he's made everything, cranks up the irreverence in his tone. When you put a foot in your mouth, shoving it all the way down through your intestines and pulling it out your ass is a valid tactic, he seems to believe.
I'd be cool with it, you know? Bring on the rosemary combo grubs.
Rosemary?
Like Rose, plus your last name, which is Marion, or something, right?
Mariam.
Yeah, that. Ergo, Rosemary.
I hate it.
The Rosemary babies would have her hair and your horns or whatever, like when two cartoon animals of different species give in to their lust and have preposterous children. Fucking adorbs.
I am going to call my wife, and you are going to stop talking.
Her thumb is anxiously tapping on her wife's name in her contacts list. She walks briskly to the other side of the cave for privacy, pulling the curtain of her makeshift lab shut. At the other side of the cavern, Dave and Karkat bicker about what their combo kids would look like, in the event that they decided to stop being such laughable wusses and began fornicating like two cartoon animals of different species who have given in to their lust. And the day hell freezes over, maybe their kids could even play in the snow. Kanaya puts her phone to one ear and her hand to the other. Rose's line rings for a long time. It's unusual, she thinks. Rose rarely leaves her phone unattended. Personally, I don't think it's odd, because I'm currently watching Rose lying unconscious on my workshop floor. I'm guessing Kanaya is going to be pretty surprised when it's not her wife who picks up, but she'll have to deal with it, because I'm the one holding the phone, and Rose is in absolutely no condition to be having a conversation with anyone, not even her cherished bride. Hey. Sorry, but Rose can't come to the phone right now. Kanaya's voice turns sharp right away.
Excuse me?
She can sense that something's wrong. She's also smart enough and facile enough in handling questionable men to understand that she quickly needs to regulate the tone of her voice for diplomatic purposes.
Dirk? Is that you?
I don't answer immediately. I'm distracted by something. She really should chill out anyway. I've got everything under control. Not that she'll ever be able to fully appreciate this.
Dirk, why are you with Rose? What is going on?
I don't have time to explain right now. John's doing something vaguely important to the plot again. Kanaya, I don't have time to explain right now. John's doing something vaguely important to the plot again.
Dirk, what?
This is gonna have to wait.
Dirk!
I'm putting you on hold, okay?
Dirk!